Hi, I'm Teresa Matthews, the founder of Three Dimensional Health, a unique sustainable weight management and vibrant wellness coaching service. Today, I'd like to talk to you about skincare and specifically about sun protection. Everybody knows, I don't need to tell you this, right, that we should use sunblock to prevent skin cancer, and that alone is a really great reason to protect our skin from the sun. But we all know that some people think it won't happen to them, or they don't want to get the sunblock on their clothes, or it's too greasy, or they're in a hurry, they don't have time, or they're willing to risk it because they really want to tan. Whatever the reason, preventing skin cancer is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to good reasons to protect your skin from the sun. So I'd like to give you a couple more. You may not realize it, but your skin is the largest organ of your body. And it's the largest organ, by definition, of your immune system. It protects everything inside your body, everything inside, from everything outside of your body. It does this passively, just by being a simple barrier. But your skin is also actively protecting you from the outside world. Some of the antibodies you make, some of them, of course, circulate in your bloodstream and inside your body, but 60%, plus or minus 5% or so, are in your skin. And they're actively protecting you from anything that might get inside your body, try to penetrate the skin, come into your body, and cause an infection. There are also specialized immune cells. These cells live inside your body, of course, and in your bloodstream, but they're also in your skin, again protecting you from anything that might try to penetrate the skin, get into the body, and cause illness. These become activated whenever they encounter some foreign object that might mean you harm. Any and all of these elements of your immune system can be damaged by excess sun exposure, so it's really important to protect your skin, the largest organ of your immune system and the largest organ of your body, from the sun. Staying hydrated, eating a healthy diet, and protecting your skin from excess sun exposure helps it function optimally to protect you from the outside world. Excessive sun exposure can also damage the very structure of your skin, and particularly its ability to make collagen and elastin. This can result in thin, crepe-like skin. I know, I have it right here. I have a little bit on my legs, and dang it, I wish I had protected these areas of my body when I was younger. Had I known about the importance of sunblock, I wouldn't have this problem. The sun actually penetrates, it doesn't just damage the superficial level of the skin. And we've all seen that, right? All the way from those cute little freckles on the cheeks of little kids, little babies, that's sun damage, to age spots on the hands, I have some, that's sun damage, and everything in between, all those pigment changes that can happen. Fine lines and wrinkles that we're now treating with Retin-A as we get older, all of that are also symptoms of sun damage. But the sun also penetrates below the superficial into the deeper levels of the dermis, and it damages collagen and elastin, and it damages the skin's ability to repair that collagen and elastin. So, not easily corrected. There's some expensive laser procedures that one could use. It's not in my budget right now. Maybe in the future, but the simplest, easiest, cheapest prevention, cheapest treatment for that damaged skin is not to damage it in the first place. Use your sunblock and protect your skin superficially and at the deeper level from sun damage. Now, the sun isn't all bad. The one good aspect is we need it to make vitamin D. And vitamin D is essential to a good immune system function. And again, we cannot make it without the sunlight. Dermatologists are not divided on this topic. They land squarely on the side of recommending that we get our vitamin D from a supplement. Now, I, as a general rule, I won't say as a rule, general rule, am a real fan of getting my vitamins and nutrients naturally through the food that I eat. I trust that nature has some real wisdom in how it provides vitamins and nutrients that my body needs. But in the case of vitamin D, I do make an exception, and I use a supplement. there's just too many downside risks to try to get my vitamin D, adequate amounts of vitamin D from sun exposure. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I like to confess that I am no paragon of virtue. And when it comes to using sunblock, I do have my moments where I will venture out without it. So let me explain a little bit about what I do. I have what I call my 0-20 rule. When it comes to my face, 0 sun exposure is my rule. Each morning when I get up and right next to my toothbrush after I brush my teeth, my sunblock goes on. And I have a variety of different formulations. This is automatic. Every day, rain or shine, home all day, shooting videos like I am today, or out and about, it does not matter. When after I brush my teeth, my sunblock goes on. They're all, as I said, specially formulated for the face. If it's a day where I'm just going to be doing a whole lot of nothing, I put on a tinted sunblock and that's it, plus a little mascara. Other days where I'm going to do something fancy and I want to put makeup on, then I'll use a sheer sunblock and then I'll use cosmetics. And yet others, when I'm going to go out to the golf course and spend 4 hours out in the sun, or if I'm going to swim and spend an hour out in the sun, then I use a specially formulated waterproof zinc-based formula that's really powerful, won't wash off, and will really protect my face from that sun exposure. And remember, when you're in the water, in the pool, that reflective aspect of the sun on the water is particularly harsh. So even though it's an hour versus 4 hours on the golf course, it's no less intense. And I'm very careful when I do that. Now, when it comes to the rest of my body, I have what I call my 20-minute rule. So if I'm home like I am today, shooting my videos, or trying to, there could be a lot of takes. In any event, when I'm home like today, then if I'm just going to venture out for a quick errand, like I had to take my dog to doggy daycare so that he wouldn't bark while I was filming, and I'm going to go pick him up in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to dash in and out of my car to her house and back. I'm not going to put sunblock on my legs. I'm going to opt for a little bit of natural vitamin D. And there are plenty of other examples just like that. But anything more than 20 minutes, if I'm not guaranteed that it's going to be short and sweet, then I put my sunblock on. And here's something else important to know. When it comes to the chemical compounds that block the sun, the sun rays, there are 2 different ones in sunblock that are really important to understand. The chemical that blocks UVB is stable in sunlight, but the chemical that blocks UVA is not stable in sunblock. So if you think back, if you're old enough, if you think back to when sunblocks first became available, their SPF factors were 0, 2, 4, 8. A really high one might have been 12. They were very low. This was a reflection of the UVA chemical, which as soon as you got into the sunlight started breaking down and was not really protective. And that's why it was recommended that you put it on every hour or 2 to replace that UVA protection. More recently, companies have learned how to stabilize that chemical and make it stable in sunlight. And that's why you've seen the SPF factors really shoot up to large numbers like 50, 75, 100, 120. And that, in fact, is one of the easiest ways to tell whether you're buying a stabilized sunblock. If you see those higher numbers, then you can trust, and I only buy 75 and up, then you can trust that the UVA chemical has been stabilized and it's going to give you much better protection from the sun. Here's another tip I use. It's really hard to get sunblock behind my shoulders and so forth. So whenever reasonable, I wear sun protective clothing on my upper body. Gives me a couple advantages. I don't end up with ugly tan lines like in a sleeveless shirt where no matter how good your sunblock, your arms are going to be browner than the rest of your body if you are at all a tanner. I'm half Mexican, so I tan easily. Someone else who doesn't may not have as much trouble with that. But again, getting the sunblock there and not missing something can be tricky. So there's all kinds of specialized UVA protective clothing, and some of it's really cute, like this shirt, in my opinion. So when I golf, when I swim in a swim shirt. So typically when I'm putting on sunblock, it's just my face, which again is first thing in the morning, and then it's my legs. A much easier job to do when you're applying your sunblock. And so one is much less likely to think, it's too much trouble, right? It's just your legs and it's really reachable. How hard, is that? Not hard at all. So finally, how much is enough? I was listening to a radio show once. It was one of these phone-in things to doctors, and it happened to be dermatologists this day. And this woman called in and said, I've got this sunblock and it's expired. Is it still, good to use? And the dermatologist on the line was just astounded. He said, how can your sunblock expire? How is that even possible? And she said, well, I didn't use it up. He goes, well, how can that happen? And then he explained how much sunblock you should be using. So I don't know if you know this, but this was news to me at the time. A bottle about yay big, the typical size bottle, is enough. It's calculated to be enough for 3 to 4 full body applications for somebody in beach wear of an average size body. So that's it, 3 to 4. Imagine, take that bottle in your hand and imagine a third or a fourth of that sunblock being applied to your body. I'm willing to bet most people use far less than that when they go to the beach and they apply their sunblock. It should be applied very, very liberally. So apply very liberally a UVA, UVB stabilized product, and then you will know that you're getting optimal sun protection. And when at all feasible, wear a little sun protective clothing to add to it. So, bottom line, protect your skin, not only because of the potential for skin cancers, but to protect your immune system and to protect the very structure of your skin, and particularly its ability to make collagen and elastin. Now, who doesn't want vibrant, glowing skin? These are the keys to that, and the key to having a youthful, vibrant look. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. Don't be shy. So until next time, I'm wishing you an abundance of vibrant health. See ya.